I was with Bea because I guessed there was something wrong with Bella and I thought Bea'd be the first suspect. I didn't go back to the showers after I was told to wait the first time.
But you were late getting to the laundry.
Look, I told you, I went back to Marcel to get a cardigan. I also changed my jumper because I was itchy. That's why I was late.
Mr. Fletcher, when you went to the laundry looking for Smith, tell us what one of the women said to you.
Why, she mentioned that she'd heard Smith and Ferguson talking about going to the showers.
Yeah, well, I just happened to say that I hoped I'd get a shower later on today, but I didn't go back to the showers then.
Even your friend said she thought you were taking a shower. Your alibi doesn't stand up very well, does it, Ferguson?
Now, listen, you're not going to pin this on me. I'm up for a release soon. Now, why in hell would I risk that just to bump off some rotten bitch?
Do you deny that you attacked Albrecht in the garden yesterday?
No, of course not. But there's a hell of a difference between trying to thump somebody and killing them.
Albrecht was thumped before she was drowned. Perhaps that's all you did, Ferguson. You thumped her, she fell in the water, and you left her there, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I didn't touch her.
You'll be detained on suspicion of murder pending further inquiries.
Mr. Fletcher, take Ferguson to solitary, please.
No, I didn't do it. You've got to believe me. I didn't do it.
That's enough, Ferguson. Go along quietly.
Come on, Ferguson.
Yeah, can I go too? I haven't got anything else I can tell you.
Stay where you are, Smith. It is my belief, Inspector, that this woman incited the murder. Ever since she found out that Albrecht was a child killer, she has threatened continually to fix her.
I didn't do...
Smith was warned that if she didn't behave herself, she would be transferred to another prison. However, she seemed to take no notice of these warnings and was, in fact, with Ferguson in the garden yesterday when she attacked Albrecht.
I wasn't in that. I tried to stop Monty.
Miss Bennett, did you see Smith intervene in any way?
No, she just stood and watched. It's my opinion that she incited Ferguson to attack Albrecht.
That is a filthy lie.
In fact, I've heard Smith make many verbal threats against Albrecht.
Thank you, Miss Bennett.
You'll be detained on suspicion of inciting a murder.
Put Smith in solitary, Miss Bennett.
What are these doing in here?
On me honour, Miss Bennett, I never seen them before.
Well, it's not exactly what we were looking for.
Someone must have planted them on me. Well, no one's even missed them, have they?
On your way, Birdsworth. And don't think I won't put this on your report.
Yes, Miss Bennett.
A ring's a pretty easy thing to hide.
This lot could hide a semi-trailer if they put their mind to it.
There, Bea!
Well, if I'm not, I'm giving a damn good impression of it.
I only got a minute. The screws are still doing a search.
Yeah, I know. They've already done me over. What are they looking for anyway?
I reckon it's got something to do with Bella being done in. I got something for you, love.
Oh, gee, thanks, Lizzie. Never thought I'd see the time I'd be playing patience instead of poker.
Anything I can do for you?
Yeah, get me out of here.
I already tried that. I told Mrs. Davidson that I'd done it, but I got caught out. I reckon if I could find out all the gory details, the things the cops only know about, I reckon I could do it.
Now, don't be stupid, Lizzie. Give it a miss. Thanks for the thought.
Are they going to move you think?
Inciting a murder. Bull.
Fergie's going to get life for this one.
If they can prove she did it.
She's got a bad enough temper.
Yeah, but she would have bashed her. Drowning. It's out of Monty's league. Bloody hell, if I get out of here for 5 minutes, I'd find out who damn well did it.
Maybe she did it that way to put him off the track. Anyhow, I'll go prowling around and see what I can find, eh?
You stay out of it, Lizzie. Look, if somebody else did do it, I don't want you getting hurt, that's all.
You reckon there's a murderer prowling around here scot-free? Oh, anyhow, I can handle myself. I'm not going to let you down, love.
Lizzie! Well, Vera. Nice of you to wait on me. Sorry I can't leave a tip.
Always the funny one, aren't you, Smith? Or hasn't it sunk in yet?
I figure I won't be down and out until I'm 6 feet under.
It'll be nice not having to worry about you for much longer.
When are they transferring me?
As soon as the police get all the evidence they need.
Well, when they find what they're looking for, maybe it'll prove Monty didn't do it.
You're only grasping at straws, Smith. Anyway, whatever happens to Ferguson doesn't change a thing for you.
You've been waiting a long time for this, haven't you, Vera?
A long time.
Yeah, well, I won't mind being moved if it means I don't have to put up with screws like you. But one day, Vera, someone is going to give you the chop.
I'll survive for a lot longer than you, Smith. And I'll be back as Deputy Governor before too long.
Not if Fletch has anything to do with it.
I'll be back for the tray.
Hey, Vera, wait a minute. Look, Lizzie, she's doing a bit of snooping, trying to find out if anyone else had a hand in getting rid of Bella. She could get herself into strife.
Why should I listen to you?
I'm not asking for me. I'm worried about Lizzie.
She's got nothing to worry about. We've got the guilty ones.
You bitch.
You're not going to find it so easy being transferred, Smith. There's going to be women there who think they're as good as you are. But you'll be just one more new prisoner.
What if I say the wrong thing?
Oh, you'll be okay, love. You just keep smiling at all them men and you'll have them eaten out of your hand.
She's been pacing up and down all night. Hasn't stopped once.
Yeah, she ought to be worried too. Serves her bloody well right. Hey, have you got a cigarette on you, Nolene?
Lost bird's worth. Ta-da! Well, where's the red carpet?
Hey, I told you I'd get you out. You're a beaut, Lizzie. And you old clodhopper, I knew you couldn't have done it.
You're about the only one who did, you old bag of bones.
Except for Noel. She knew all along.
Yeah.
You were let out on the one condition that you behaved yourself, Smith.
Of course I will, Vera. Just getting things back to normal, that's all.
Just because Eve's confessed doesn't clear you. Inciting a murder, or had you forgotten?
Does that mean they can still shift you, Bea?
Well, good day, Nolene. Aren't you glad to see us back?
Lay off me, will you? Miss Bennett, tell her to leave me alone.
It would be a very simple matter to put you back in solitary, Smith.
Just saying, hello, Vera.
You ought to be grateful to me. I'm the one that got you cleared.
Sure you did.
You waited long enough.
Yeah, well, I had to give my daughter time to hock the ring.
You're all hard.
All right, the work bell's gone. Get moving.
Mrs. Davidson wants to see you.
Right.
You got a cigarette, Bea?
Now, where are yours, love?
I'll give them the map.
Well, in that case, we'll make sure you stick to it, won't we?
Oh.
You're stupid, Eves. Thinking you can do something on your own and get away with it.
How does it feel, huh? You'll be in for life, you know that, don't you? And I just hope to hell that you're sentenced back to this hole, because I'll be waiting for you.
Oh, come on, Molly. She's not worth wasting your breath on.
Oh, what are you on about? It was my neck that was in the noose. Nobody sets me up and gets away with it. Do you hear that, Eves? I'm going to get you, and when you're least expecting it, like you did to Bella.
That's enough, Molly. You've had your fun now. Come on.
I like him.
He's Fletcher!
Hold it right there, you lot. You know this block's off limits. It doesn't take much to guess what you were doing here.
Well, we spent so much time in solitary, we're just visiting an old haunt.
On your way, you two, and if I find you anywhere near this block again, you're going to wish you were in solitary. The governor wants to see you.
Is it about being transferred?
I wouldn't know. Come on.
You were released from solitary on the proviso there would be no more trouble. And yet at the first opportunity, you and Ferguson were found outside Eve's cell. I thought you would have learned by now that I do not tolerate threats or troublemakers.
When am I being shipped out?
You're not. Eve's reasons for killing Albrecht had nothing to do with you. At least, not directly. There was not sufficient evidence for charging you with inciting.
Well, what do you know?
She's a sick woman and will receive help. In the meantime, I don't want you or anyone else going anywhere near her.
Yeah. Yeah. She always was a bit of a screw loose. Why did she kill her?
Partly because she wanted to feel important.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, Mrs. Davidson. You won't get any more trouble from anyone. And, thanks.
Don't thank me, Smith. If I had a good enough reason for moving you to another prison, I would.
Bea, you'll never guess what's happened.
In that case, you better tell me.
Martha's taken Vera hostage. They're heading through the roof. She's gone right off her rocker. I reckon she's going to throw Bennett right over the top. I can't stand it anymore.
Yeah, this place is enough to drive anyone insane. Not to mention those people who are already a few cents short in the dollar.
You know, I still would like to see old Bennett come a cropper.
Yeah, she must have thought all the Christmases had come at once.
No, Lean, I want them back.
Get lost, Birdsworth.
Oh, come on. You can't just give up something that you've been doing since you were 16. It's killing me.
Stiff cheddar.
Me heart. I can already feel me palpitations starting again.
In that case, you'll be doing us all a favour, won't you?
Hand them over, Noel.
Oh,
I hope it's choke.
Uh-oh. Didn't it go too well? Look, you can never tell with these things, love. Just wait and see what they've got to say.
It's awful, Bea. I really blew it. They're never going to give me my parole. Never. I know I'm probably being stupid, but should have heard the way they were carrying on.
Well, what did they say?
Well, it wasn't so much what they said, it was all the way they looked at me.
Yeah, like you were dirt, right?
Right.
Yeah.
As if the first thing I was going to do when I got out of here would be to commit another crime.
Is that what you're going to do when you get out, Monty?
Nah, not worth the effort. Oh, unless she wants to have a go at the bitch she was having over for her old man.
I don't want revenge, I just want to get out of here.
of course you do, love.
It was as if I wasn't even a member of the human race. And
Yeah, they were just trying to give you a hard time to make themselves feel big.
Still, I don't think I've got anything to worry about, honestly.
No, and that means we got to organise a party.
Hey, good one, Lizzie. Better make it soon, too.
Oh, don't jump the gun.
No, listen, paroles come through so fast sometimes you haven't got time to pack, let alone say goodbye to your friends.
Yeah, so we better plan it right away.
Yeah, unless you're in too much of a hurry.
It would be nice to say thanks for having me.
You might even miss us.
Like a hole in my head.
Yeah, I can't go without some sort of goodbye.
Okay, then. Well, when'll it be? Molly?
I reckon we can hold off a while.
What do you mean?
Remember that time I went for parole? Took them months to make up their mind.
What do you want to say that for?
Look, don't worry, Karen. She's just stirring.
That's right. Anyway, Karen's a good girl, not like you.
Yeah? Well, just remember, the parole board took a month to decide, and then they told me I didn't get it.
But what do you want to say that for? She was just starting to cheer up.
Yeah? You gotta face facts. Nothing good ever happens in here except by accident. And the parole board want to see it stays that way.
Yeah, well, I guess you're right. Forget the party.
You bloody drongo.
Oh, shut up.
You're a twisted and bitter old woman.
Yeah, and what's up with you?
I was just thinking about my parole.
Oh, I see. Can't wait to cop that kid of yours, I suppose.
I'm going to straighten her out. I'm going to get her back to the family.
She'd be better off in here.
Yeah? Yeah, well, nothing would be worse than living with a bloody social worker. What you bludgeon for? Plenty of work for everyone.
And look who's talking.
No point in me starting nothing. I'm going to be transferred to the workshop at any minute now.
What for?
Waiting for my parole.
Keeping you away from the disruptive elements, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I can't see anything happening here that's going to make any difference.
Except poor old Monty dropping dead. I reckon it's a disgrace making her work. She's not a well woman.
I'm not gonna drop dead, bird brain.
Well, I was only trying to sympathise.
I'll be all right.
Good thing it's nothing serious, and then you really would have needed a doctor like me.
More likely to die of boredom in this dump.
Yeah, well, that wouldn't be the doc's fault.
The doc, he couldn't wait to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with types like you hanging around.
I never asked him for nothing. It's types like Mrs. Jackson made him leave. They were having it off, weren't they? And when news lot found out, Jackson couldn't stand it, so she made him quit.
That's not the reason.
No? You know something we don't?
Oh, forget it.
Ooh, Tim.
Nolene's got one good idea, and that's to get away from you lot when I'm bitchy.
Now, come off it, love. We're only worried about getting proper medical care.
Yeah. Nothing personal, love. Anyway, you're going to help us when you get outside, aren't you?
I think so.
Yeah, you and your mates get together and have a demo. Put more doctors inside.
If I ever get out.
Oh, you get out, it won't be long now, love.
Oh, no longer than 2 months anyway.
Shut up, Monty. Well, look who's here, Pollyanna.
Get to work, Ferguson. The nurse said you're fit enough.
Yeah, but fit enough for what, Miss Bennett? You want to watch it. Monty could get her health and strength back any minute, and she might just decide that you might need a little shove. Splat.
And then maybe Mr. Fletcher won't be there to help you next time.
Watch it, Birdsworth.
Not a bad-looking sort, is he, Miss Bennett?
Yeah, I got my own ideas about you and Fletch, Miss Bennett.
I'm not interested in your theories, Smith.
Oh, now, come on. It's a well-known scientific fact that all women fall in love with their rescuers.
Travers? Don't just stand there staring. Go and pack.
You mean you?
I'll get it
Now?
on.
Oh, good on you, love. We didn't have time to have a party. Never mind. I'll see you on the outside.
24 hours. 24 flaming hours.
You didn't even say goodbye. You're bitter and twisted. Bitter and twisted.
Well, there goes one that won't be coming back.
So quiet in here I can hear myself think.
Need to be quiet for that. I'll raise you 3.
I'm out.
Another game?
No, anything to pass the time.
She's gone.
Oh, of course she's gone, dingbat.
Now, how did you find that out?
Mr. Fletcher told me.
I could have told you that.
Never had time to say a proper goodbye.
She did to me.
Since when are you so interested in her? What did she ever do for you?
What'd she ever do for any of us?
It's wrong to speak ill of the dead.
Oh, good, Lizzie, she's not dead, just departed.
Easy come, easy go.
What have you got against her?
Anyway, she's going to get us another doctor on the outside.
Promises, promises.
And a halfway house. She's going to make an honest woman out of me.
Last week you were trying to get yourself convicted of murder so you could stay on the inside.
A person can change. Anyway, I've got to think about my future.
If you don't get your ticker in a twist first. Shut up, Burke.
Make me.
I thought you were on your best behaviour for your parole.
Yeah, look, she might even get so nice they'll take her at the halfway house. I can just see it. 2 old has-beens together.
I got better places to go.
Oh, moving in with Vernon and your kid, are you?
Oh, don't hit me. Oh, protect me. Oh, help.
You just shut your big fat mouth about Leanne. She won't be staying with that bitch much longer.
Well, of course, you're a mother, but I reckon there's one thing you haven't thought of.
Oh, yeah, what?
Maybe Leanne don't want to come back to you.
That wasn't breakfast. That was pig's swill.
Oh, is that why you eat it?
Oh, got to eat something. I got to keep up my strength. Oh.
Oh, now, come on, Lizzie, cut that out. That's not funny anymore.
No. I reckon this is going to be the real big one.
Yeah? We'll save it to impress the new doc when he arrives.
We're getting a new doctor. When?
When pigs fly, that's when.
Oh. Ooh. Oh.
Probably heartburn.
Oh. Oh, God. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy... Oh, I forget.
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth.
God! You did give me a turn. Oh! You're back!
As we forgive
Doreen!
those who trespass against us.
Oh, knock it off,
Lead us not
door.
into temptation,
It's me.
but deliver us from
It's Lizzie. It's your old Liz.
Lizzie.
That's right, love.
Hey, Lizzie, you dead or what? Doreen! What?
She's crazy. She's saying the Lord's Prayer and everything.
Hey, come on, Doreen. Love saved that for the screws. No need to act crazy with us.
Oh, I don't think she's kidding, Bea.
Doreen? She's been drugged. Bea?
Lizzie, why aren't you in the laundry?
Well, Mrs. Jackson, just in time. I was just about to come looking for you.
What is wrong with Doreen, Mrs. Jackson?
No need to ask that, is there? She's been drugged, hasn't she?
Look, you're not going to help Doreen by carrying on like that.
Well, if she's been drugged, well, someone will have to look after her proper, won't they?
She's just been given a sedative, Lizzie. It'll wear off soon.
Yeah? And what then? Okay, Lizzie. Pass us another sheet.
No.
And why bloody not?
Union regulations.
Oh, now, come on. We haven't got any union or any regulations.
I ain't gonna work with only 4.
Well, we'll have 5 here soon. Monty'll be back.
Where is she?
She's gone to see Vernon about a parole. Now, come on.
I ain't gonna work with less than 7.
Pass me a sheet. I'm working by myself. Anyway, they'll probably be sending Doreen back here.
Oh, she ain't fit to work.
She ain't fit for anything. Well, speak of the devil.
Oh, hello, love. It's nice to have you back.
Hello?
All right. Now, be careful. What do you think she's doing in here? She's such a nuisance in this state.
Come over here and help me fold some sheets, eh?
Oh, at least it's got Lizzie working.
Well, take that in that hand. And then I'll take this in. Right?
Get her away from that machine, Lizzie. She'll... Now, come on, get away. You'll hurt yourself. Be careful.
Oh, it's all right, love. Come on. We'll fold the sheet.
No, she won't. Now, what do you think she's doing in here like this?
Orders. She'll do herself a mischief.
Yeah, I suppose it's the governor's orders to have her run a needle through her finger, too, is it?
Why can't she just work in the garden?
The laundry's short-staffed.
Then bring Burke back here.
Orders.
Take her to the governor and tell her to put her in the garden. Now, have you got that right? Garden.
I'll do what I can, Doreen.
She's not a well person.
You can say that again. Now, you get back to work. How's she?
Oh, she's bad. She's been moaning all night. And she's very flushed.
How's it feel, Doreen?
It hurts.
Give us a look. Oh, don't worry, love. I won't hurt you. That's a pretty neat job. Who fixed you up?
Mr. Fletcher. He put that purple stuff, you know, all over it.
That figures. He wouldn't have used any mercurochrome, would he be? Funny, though. Didn't he go all peculiar when he saw the blood? He must have done it with his eyes closed.
Yeah, maybe. Let's have a look now. Sorry, love. Careful. Oh. Well, whatever he did, it obviously wasn't good enough. You should have had a needle or something.
Oh, Bea, I don't want no needle.
What sort of a needle?
Oh, I don't know. Antibiotics. Tetanus.
Oh, yeah. I've read about that. Your blood goes all poison and you swell up and you can't close your mouth.
Shut up, Lizzie.
I don't want to swell up, Bea.
Don't worry, love. We'll get the doctor to fix it.
Oh, that's not going to be easy. He doesn't even come here anymore.
When's the nurse due?
Today? But it might be too late then, mightn't it?
You're like a sledgehammer sometimes, Lizzie.
I didn't mean to frighten you, love. But if she's got that thing that you said that she might have, well, it might be, mightn't it?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't say she had tetanus.
But supposing she has.
Oh, will you shut up? Let me think.
Why aren't you at breakfast? What's going on?
That's what I'd like to know, Mr. Fletcher. I want to see the governor.
What about?
About getting us a new doctor.
What do you think you can suggest that Mrs. Davidson hasn't already tried?
I just want to straighten her out about a few things. That, for example.
All right, I'll tell Mrs. Davidson when she comes in.
I want to talk to her.
I said all right. Now, you two go to breakfast. I'll see what I can do here. Give me that.
Sick, Mrs. Davidson. I mean, well, look at Molly.
What's the matter with Ferguson?
Well, despite what everyone says, she's not the malingering type. And she's been seedy for a couple of days now. And there are at least 2 others with really bad colds. Well, they could have the flu for all we know. Lil's coughing and wheezing all over the place. And what about Lizzie? What do we do if she has another attack?
The sister is quite capable of dealing with all of those problems, including emergency treatment for Lizzie if necessary.
But she's not on duty 24 hours a day.
Neither was Dr. Miller.
But that's not the point, is it? The point is, if we were anyone else anywhere else, we wouldn't even be expected to just make do with a nurse. Last time we were without a doctor, it took 7 months to get another one. Well, how long is it going to take this time?
I don't know. Not long, I hope. I'm doing my best to find a replacement for Dr. Miller, but it's not easy. The fact is, we were very lucky to have him in the first place. I doubt if we'll be as lucky again.
Well, couldn't we get a government bloke?
As I said, I'm trying.
But there must be rules about this sort of thing.
Yes, there are.
Then why can't somebody do something?
Because the requirements of the rules are already being fulfilled.
I don't believe it. You mean there is nothing to say that we should have a doctor if we need one?
The regulations state that you are to be provided with adequate medical care.
Adequate? That can mean any bloody thing.
It means that by requesting the department to replace Dr. Miller, I am asking that the inmates of Wentworth be given special consideration. Any irresponsible action could ruin the chances of this happening. Do you understand me?
Oh, yes, I understand. Mrs. Davidson, what about Doreen? Couldn't you get Doc Miller to have a look at her?
I thought the sister had treated Doreen.
She has.
And what did she say?
Well, she gave her an antitoxin and left instructions that she be kept warm and quiet. It's not a serious infection.
Oh, how the hell would you know?
Because I've seen worse.
There isn't anything Dr. Miller could do that the sister hasn't already done.
But that's not the same thing, is it? Doreen trusts Doc Miller, Mrs. Davidson. Had to make a big difference to her. I said I'd ask. Please. He's not coming.
He is unable to come.
How's your foot?
I don't know. Can't feel it.
It's still there, love. The doc won't come. I asked, especially for you.
Bea, I want to go to the loo.
Yeah, sure, right, come on. We'll give you a hand, Money. Careful. There we are. That's a good one. Up you come. Now, wait on me. There's the way. There we go. Oh, put it down. All right, that's it. I don't care what the bloody governor says. We're not sitting on our backsides a minute longer. Stay with her and make sure she's all right. I'm going to spread the word. I'll fill you in later. Bea, count me out. What? Look, I've only got a little time to go. If I get mixed up in any of your harebrained schemes now, I'm never going to get out of here. Now, you listen, we're all in this, whether we like it or not. And it's not the sort of thing that one person can do on their own. And if you want to get out of here at all, you better back us up. Understand?
Hey, Nolene, is it true that all your family's inside?
No, it is not.
No? Well, who isn't?
What's it to you?
Oh, I just heard a bit of news that I thought you might like to know about.
What news?
What's it worth?
Listen, you old ratbag, if you got any news, you just let me know what...
Listen. As of now, we're on a hunger strike, and we're staying on it until the screws can get their act together and provide us with adequate medical care.
What's that?
Look, Phil, get out and spread the word around the building. You get out into the garden, Lizzie, let them know what's going on outside. Make sure they understand that this is a strike and we're all in it together. With any luck, we should end up in the papers and everything. And we should come out of this smelling like daisies if we handle it properly. So I don't want any violence, not unless I give the signal.
What's the signal?
You'll know it when I give it, if I give it. And until then, I don't want any messing around.
Hunger strike.
Are you making an objection?
No, no objections. You can do what you like.
You're in this too, Nolene.
No, not me. I'm getting out in 2 days. I'm not going on no hunger strike. Need to build myself up. And you needn't think you can heavy me into it either, because you can't. I can last the distance.
Chicken! Don't worry, I can fix her. I've got a little something here that Nolene might like to know about. I don't think she'll be so sweet on the screws when she reads that, eh, Bea?
I reckon you're right, Lizzie.
What's going on?
Nothing yet. But it feels like the lull before the storm.
Where have you been, Burke?
To the can, Miss Bennett.
What's going on, Smith?
No one's eating till I see the governor.
This is a prison, not a restaurant. You'll eat what's put in front of you or go without.
Then we'll go without. We're not complaining about the grub, but no one is eating until I talk to the governor.
Well, you'll have a long wait. Suit yourselves.
What do you think you're doing?
Eating my dinner, what does it look like?
Well, I'm surprised you're on their side, especially since they just put your kid inside.
Ah, pull the other one, will you? You have to do better than that, Smith.
You want to read the paper? Ah, we'll read the snatch.
That's enough of that, Smith.
She telling the truth, Miss Bennett? You crummy bitch. Both of you!
There's the way for a signal! My signal, not what that half-wit does!
Go and tell Mrs. Davidson I'll handle things this end. And sound the alarm. Ring Jim Fletcher.
But come on, Bea, let's go back to ourselves. We've made our point.
Don't be so bloody weak. We haven't made any point. Doreen's still the same, isn't she? And you pack of morons, throwing things around.
Well, I suppose we'll make the best of it. It forced me to doing something. Come on, we'll barricade ourselves in. Bring those chairs and tables over here.
What do we do now, Bea?
Sit and wait.
Do you reckon this is going to get us a new doctor?
Oh, it might. Won't do me any good, though.
Why not?
I reckon this will be my last go. After this little lot, they'll transfer me for sure.
Oh, but that's not fair. We're all in this together. They can't just pick on you, love.
You reckon? This is an official complaint about the lack of medical attention. We've got a log of claims. 1. Injuries must be treated by qualified medical staff. Doreen could lose that foot from gangrene. 2. Constant medical supervision is required to prevent malnutrition and food poisoning.
That's telling him, Bea.
Shut up. 3. Prisoners with dicey conditions must have access to competent medical staff at all times. We could all die of the plague in here, and we're not moving until something's done about the unhealthy climate of this prison.
I can sympathize with your concern about medical services, but as you know, the department has been notified. We are waiting for them to act.
Well, we're not going to budge until they do.
I shall get a doctor to Doreen immediately if you agree to go straight back to your cells.
Right, we've got them now, girls. But not just any doctor will do. We want Dr. Miller. Right, girls?
Yes.
Dr. Miller.
Right.
And if I get him, you'll go back to your cells?
Yes.
Then you'd better go. He's treating her now.
Oh, now pull the other one.
I am not in the habit of lying.
I reckon she's on the level. She's always been straight before.
You'll have to prove it.
I am not going to take him away from his consultation to drag him to this shouting match. If you like, I shall take you to him. But the others must go back to their cells.
Oh, no way.
They just want to get their hands on you.
Oh, don't go, Bea. We wouldn't know what to do without you.
The others will go back to their cells if you take me to the dock and then bring me back here. Agreed?
Agreed.
Oh, don't go, Bea. It's a trap. Make him come to us.
But he can't leave Doreen. And like you said, Davo's always been on the level before. You've got a deal.
Very clever. I'll have her taken straight to solitary.
You will do exactly as I promised.
You're not going to let her get away with this. It's blackmail.
I am not going to break my word. You will escort her to the surgery and then to my office.
All right, you lot sit tight till I get back.
Monty, you're in charge, and don't let anyone in.
You sure started something this time, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, blame me. It's all right until Queen Bitch gave it to me about Leanne like that. She sure buggered things up.
Yeah, well, it hasn't done much for my parole either. We're all in it now.
Who's going to look after Mum and the kids? I got to kill her for this.
Now, hang on a second. You started it all.
Oh, all I did was do me block. Then she's got to go and big note herself.
Yeah, well, I don't reckon she meant that. But listen, if we can persuade the others to go quietly back to their cells, we'll be in the clear.
Yeah, and then all the screws will put all the blame on her.
Now, come on, Doc, you saw what happened. Dora nearly lost her foot from gangrene. We just can't do without you. And what's your Hippocratic oath about anyway?
Now, let's not exaggerate. Doreen's foot was infected. It wasn't gangrenous. I now have another community of patients to look after who are just as dependent upon me as you ever were. And if the Hippocratic Oath means that I have to treat everyone in the world, doctors would have been extinct years ago.
Now, what about us?
I do have my own problems. I've done my time here. Surely you can appreciate that. It's up to the authorities to replace me.
Can't stick it, eh, Doc? Interferes with your sex life. Yeah, well, I suppose you got a point there.
It won't work, Bea. I'm running late for evening surgery. Just make sure Doreen keeps taking those antibiotics. Goodbye for the last time.
Well, he's gone. Now what are you going to do?
Well, there's nothing I can do. But you must be convinced by now that Doreen will be all right.
Look, don't think you're going to slide out of it like that. What's going to happen next time? He won't come back.
It's in the hands of the authorities. I agree, we need a medical practitioner. But at the moment, my hands are tied.
Well, you better do something about it and soon, because we're not going to leave that dining room until we get a doc permanent.
I can't do anything now, Smith. In the morning...
Look, I've heard all of this before, and we're not going to budge until our demands are met.
Take Smith back to the dining room, Miss Bennett.
Oh,
immediately, Miss Bennett.
Mrs. Jackson?
What is it, Ferguson?
Mrs. Jackson, we want to make a deal with you.
Well, I'm not going to bargain with you. Come on out of there and go back to your cells.
Yeah, well, that's just what we're going to do.
But we're going to wait for Bea.
She put me in charge, didn't she?
Dismantle the barriers and I'll open the security doors.
Oh, you can't do that. You'll ruin everything. What about Doreen?
She'll be okay. We'll do just that if you promise to tell the parole board that I broke this up.
And I didn't want no part of it.
You've got to wait for Bea.
I'm not scared of her.
But we'll all cop it.
Yeah, what do you think's going to happen now? Breaking it up is the only way.
What about Doreen?
Now, look, she'll be okay. You heard the crack's with her now. Now, come on, let's clear these tables away.
Pretty decent for a screw. But you wouldn't have sent me back.
I certainly wouldn't. You'd be in solitary right now if I had my way.
Everything's under control now. Where are you taking that prisoner?
To the dining room.
Put her into solitary.
My instructions are that
Are you questioning the orders of a senior officer, Miss Bennett?
Certainly not, Mr. Fletcher. Come along, Smith.
Oh, you can't do this to me. I was promised.
Let's go.
Oh, teach me to trust a screw. I demand to see the governor. Get your hands